Hi guys, welcome on my YouTube channel Crochet Pink Pumpkin and welcome back if it's not your first tutorial with me. I'm very happy to be with you today for a new tutorial, and this tutorial is about Valentine's Day because it's pretty soon. I hope my husband didn't forget it's Valentine's Day. It's like, if I can give you an advice, like February 2nd, 3rd is a perfect time to remind them like that, you know, they have time to figure it out, so just think about that. So let me introduce you to my little gnomes. I mean, not very little, big gnomes. So this is Harriet right here. So you see she's very curvy, very cute gnome. And let me show you her husband or boyfriend or date or whatever. This is Harry. Harry is chubby as well, you know, like very curvy. So this is my gnomes. I hope you like it. For the story, I made the little ones like that last year. That was my Valentine's Day tutorial for last year. Not tutorial, pattern, because I was not making tutorials yet. So I came out with these two like that. So find their pattern on my blog. They are available since last year. And talking about patterns, you can find Harry and Harriet patterns on my blog. It's the free version as usual, but if you want to support Crochet Pink Pumpkin, you can buy the PDF file on my Etsy, so every links are in the description. And thank you so much if you do so, because it really helps me and it really helped me grow my little business. So thank you so much if you buy my patterns on Etsy. And let's get started with a list of supplies. So if you got the PDF file, you will see there is a little checklist for the supplies. I am using the one for for Harry, but because the supplies, if you want to make Harriet or Harry, honestly are almost the same. It's just difference of colors, that's it. So the supplies are the same for both of the gnomes. Oh yeah, and also I had to learn how to say gnomes, because I used to say gnomes because in French is how we say, but apparently here we don't say the gneu, like gnomes. So anyways, let's start with the hooks. So you will need a 7mm. I'll show you like that, but we don't really see. 7mm, 8mm in the US, 8mm is L11, and a 12mm like that. And in the US is a P16. So you will need these 3 hooks. And in the pattern or in the description, you will find the Amazon links if you want to purchase these hooks. I linked the link in the pattern. Then for the yarn, so the main yarn is this one is from Michaels, and it's their like yarn brand is called Loops and Thread Sweet Snuggles, and the color is fog. So see, it's very pretty. It's for the body. It's for the body and the arms like that. So the color is fog, and the weight category is jumbo 7. So I always talk about the weight category because it doesn't matter what brand you buy, or you know, like what yarn you choose, but what's very important to have the same result in terms of proportion is to get the same weight category yarn that I get, to have the same result. And the brand doesn't matter, but if you want to have like the same body, you will need a yarn that the weight category is jumbo, and it's indicated. Okay, we don't see. So it's indicated right here. On every tags you can see it. Then for the hat, you will need red like that. So this is acrylic yarn from Berna. This one I bought it at Michael's as well, and it's called Softy Chunky. The color is berry red, and the weight category is super bulky 6, And you see like is for the hat. You will need it also for Harriett for the stripes. Then you will need another acrylic yarn. This one is from Loops and Thread from Michaels. It's called Charisma, and it's the color is Think Pink, and the weight category is bulky 5. And finally for the hat, oh yeah, and this one you will use it for the little gloves or hands. I mean, for me it's gloves, like that. So, and the last acrylic yarn is from Michaels as well, Loops and Thread, Charisma, and the color is called Blossom Sorbet. I like the name. And yeah, the weight category is the same, is bulky number 5. So these three are for the hat. So same thing, you can choose other brands, but just make sure to choose the same weight categories. And it looks like I'm talking about like UFC, like categories, weight. No, I'm talking about yarns. And last thing, so, oh my god. This is for the beard, right here for Harry, and the hair for Harriet. Just one thing, if you struggle to crochet with fur yarn, I know I receive a lot of comments about that, and I know sometimes it's complicated. You don't have to go for a fur yarn. What you can do is you can buy, you know, the piece of fabric with fur. I know you can find them at Joann because I've seen it before, and just sew it instead of like crocheting everything. You know, you can just sew it on it, and like that you will avoid the struggle of fur yarn. But if you want to crochet it, you are welcome to do it. It's in the pattern, and it's getting worse. And this one is from Hobby Lobby. The brand is Yarn Bee. Fur the Love in white, like that. And the weight category is, doesn't say. Oh no, it's just in very small. It's Jumbo 6, like that. So after the yarn, and yes, you will need less than one ball of each yarn. So if you have like leftovers and stuff, you can use them, because this one you won't, for example, you won't need the full ball. Then you will need, as usual, stitch markers, very useful, like that. You will need darning needles. So I use also I use the darning needles obviously like to sew the elements together, but sometimes I use it as pins. So before you sew everything together, you know, you have to place the elements, and I use a big darning needle just like to place the elements. So I use these two metallic ones and plastic ones. Then you will need a lap counter, a reliable one, as usual. I always say it, but it's very important, and the link is in the pattern. I use this one for now, I think a year. Is from Amazon. And thin cotton yarn, like very classic, you can find everywhere. I don't even know where this one comes from, but like white thin cotton thread. Then you will need cardboard, like that. So that is not mandatory, because it's to make their little butt flat, like that they can sit down. But you don't have to do it if you want to keep it round. But me, I did it. So I use cardboard. You will need a circle of 6 inches diameter. I use the old Amazon box. It's important to recycle. And last thing as usual, I always forget to say it. Toy stuffing, like that. This one is from Polyfill. I buy it at Hobby Lobby because it's the cheapest bags I found are at Hobby Lobby, and I like this brand. I guess it's the most famous one in the US. It's the one I see everywhere. I see it at Walmart, I think, as well. I like it because it's very dense. I think it depends on the quality of the stuffing, but sometimes, like, if it's not good quality, it's not very dense and you end up needing more. So yeah, I like this one. You won't need a lot. You see, this is a 12-ounce bag and I really didn't use everything, so that's it. Please let me know if you have any question during the tutorial. I'm very happy to answer to your comments, and let's get started with the pattern. So the following video is a visual support for Harry and Harriett Plush version crochet pattern. The links are in the description to get the written versions. The tutorial is meant to be watched with the pattern in case you face a doubt about a specific round or a technique. You can find the patterns for the small gnomes on my blog and Etsy shop. If sometimes the video goes too fast, you can slow it down in the YouTube reader settings, and the number in parentheses written with the round is the number of stitches to have at the end of this specific one. So I made a tutorial for discrete color change. You can watch it before starting the hat. I put you the link right here in the top right corner. The video will show rounds after rounds, but for example, if the rounds are the same for 10 rounds, I will only show the beginning of the first and the end of the last one. If not, the video will be too long. When a round is made of 6 times the same sequence of stitches, the video will only show the first sequence. For example, for R3, 1 single crochet, 1 increase 6 times, I will only show you 1 single crochet and 1 increase. Let's get started and let me know if you have any questions. So in the video I'm making the hat for Harry, but if you are making Harriet, I also added the colors like that you can see at each round what color to use. So the technique I'm using right here is to prevent the chain from rolling up on itself, like that it doesn't twist, it just stays straight. So maybe you didn't watch my tutorial for a discrete color change, so I'll show you right here in the back loop of the first stitch of the round. With a new color you make a slip stitch like that, and then you can keep doing your single crochet like normal. Because you are inserting another new color, you do another slip stitch in the back loop of the first stitch of the row. So one slip stitch because it's a new color. So once you are back to the beginning, you can insert your hook under the front loop of the previous stitch. In the tutorial I made, it's actually easier to see because it's in slow motion, and I put you the link in the description to learn how to do the discrete color change. So the video was a little bit too long, so you can meet me for part 2 by clicking on the link which is in the top right corner of your screen.